faking, belt on the line, dreams on display. The EVP show keeps the drama in play. Let's go, where the heroes rise and the legends grow. CJP brings the shots, you know. The EVP show, it's out of control.
What's going on, everyone? It's the EVP from the EVP show and the golden boy of DWE, and I'm back. Unfortunately, I was able to attend the After the Slam podcast last night, but had something come up right in the middle of it, unfortunately, so I didn't get to finish it. But shout out to After the Slam for inviting me on. I just gotta say, man, after watching Raw tonight, man, there's so many people out there that the theories I've heard of, it kind of makes sense. Obviously, we got theory. I said on Survivor Series recap night, like I texted Miami, we were talking, during Survivor Series, after it happened, I said, it's got to be Austin Theory. I mean, the guy moves too fast. And then here comes all the dirt sheets and all the wannabe reporters and all the people on there that's talking about it's Chris Jericho or hell, I heard Montez Ford earlier. Just absolutely just I don't know where the hell they got Chris Jericho for sure, because I guess body type Montez Ford, but Chris Jericho ain't climbing that damn cage that fast. So that was crazy. I mean, Jericho's coming. He is coming to WWE, whether we like it or not. So before we open up and get into how the show unfolded tonight, WWE, it's been a shout out, what's going on, Lady Alpha? Shout out to Wrestling Divas podcast. Lady Alpha, she was actually on my Saturday Night Main Event prediction show and NXT Deadline. So shout out to Lady Diva and her co-host Autumn. They host the Wrestling Divas podcast. Make sure to give them a subscription on YouTube. It's just funny because all these people was like, yeah, it's Chris Jericho. And I'm like, man, that guy's going to have an oxygen tank to get, to climb that cage that fast. So, and then I got some people in some GC chats on X that's like, oh, but it was Theory at Survivor Series, but Montez Ford the second time. Just get the hell out of here with all that. Where? Oh my God, these people need to stay off of X for a day. You don't know what you're talking about. If you don't have a source, don't oh my God, it's so ridiculous. People shut up. You don't know. Whoever's telling you that has no idea what the hell they're talking about. Stop. Just stop. I know you want to be cool, but that's not making you cool. When I read that in these chats, I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this person? It doesn't even make any sense. But it does. Me and Michael from the Brains from Kicking One Habit Kicking Out 2 had a conversation on one of the streams. It may have been a prediction show about the route they're going with Gunther. And it does, for me, it really does look like, they're trying to, and Lady Alpha kind of brought it up in the Gimmick Table Media chat tonight. It kind of looks like they're going down the they're not going to give him the Legend Killer name, because that's obviously Randy Orton shit, but the Career Killer is where we're headed for the Ring General Gunther. you know, retired Goldberg at Saturday night's main event, retired John Cena. And just let me say this. The backlash, like I've watched a couple of JD's videos today, like the backlash online is just, it is absolutely insane. Just crazy that Gunther had to be like, he had to have security get out to his fucking freaking bus. Like that's just, oh my gosh. I don't know what to say about that. I don't think that it's that serious at the end of the day. You know, I came on here last night, or not last night, but Saturday night, and had a 30-minute rant session about people just need to like breathe and relax. It's not that serious. Like, this is all scripted. Like, you guys are out there like just tripping. Like, I mean, I don't know. You got these people just, these people wild. This man's got to be escorted to uh to a security bus, and I think that's where we have to draw the line. So yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I think that's, you know, I understand people don't like the ending and all that, but you know, like I said last night, John Cena, if he really wanted to win, then he would have, you know, he would have won. You know, he wouldn't have tapped out. Um, so people got to realize that John Cena is the one. Like, he ultimately, like, if he went to Triple H or TKO and them said, "Hey, I want to win," like, they're not gonna be like, "No, John, you're not winning. Like, you're gonna tap out." Like, just crazy. That's insane. It is insane. But yeah, so let's get to it. Welcome everybody to the EVP Monday Night Raw Recap Show. We are live, as you can see, Lady Alpha. You can see this is one of my new backgrounds that Miami has made. He's still working on the video. I thought it was done, but it looks like I don't know. He's working on two separate little things. We're trying. I'm trying to make it a little bit longer. The video is about 28 seconds or something like that, and I'm trying to expand it a little bit longer into like a minute. So yeah. But this is the background. This was part of like the video like that he originally made. But it looks like, I don't know if he scrapped it or we're just like, I don't know. He's still working on it. It's still a work in progress. These next couple of weeks are gonna be pretty slow with streams. I mean, tomorrow is gonna be really freaking busy. 2 streams tomorrow, and then I don't stream again until like Friday. So I'm gonna enjoy these next couple of weeks before it starts getting crazy again in January, because January is gonna be insane. But yeah, the new Cody EVP show, the Kingdom Mask EVP show background, and then obviously me with the backwards hat, and the AI version of me. Yeah, let's get started. So tonight, WWE Raw is it's glitching. Shouldn't be glitching. Oh, you're glitching. I'm sorry. I always thought you were telling me my show. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were telling me my show was glitching. I was like, oh crap. I'm sorry to hear that. Lady Alpha. You guys are gonna be going on live soon, right? At 11:30? Or are you guys doing a show tonight? I thought you guys went live at like 11 or 11:30. I usually go live at 11. I started like 10:45 tonight, so I can try to knock it out. Oh, you guys not doing a show tonight? Okay, cool. I mean, not cool, but I'm trying to get those knocked out because I have two shows tomorrow. I have a couple things on here I got to do in the morning. I still got to put out thumbnails tonight for the NFL show, and I got the NXT show tomorrow. Hope you feel better though. Sucks you can't watch NXT on Tuesdays because I'd ask you just to come on and do like the NXT recap because that'd be fun. So I don't have to do it by myself. But tonight's WWE Raw is coming. I'm sorry to hear that. Hope it gets better. I'm glad you wasn't on here Saturday. To be honest with you, because you would have lost your. You would have gotten really mad. Somebody came on here and was like calling me a redneck and just saying very, very vulgar things. But they're blocked and they won't be back on my stream. So it's crazy. Raw actually was live at Hershey tonight. Now I heard they're going to be taping a lot of shows. I guess they're taping SmackDown after Raw goes off tonight. And then the next couple of weeks are going to be like all a bunch of tape shows or something like that. That's just yeah, the holidays and stuff like that. So I think the Raw recap. I mean, not the Raw recap. Um, I think that they're gonna do that because of the holidays, like Lady Alpha said. You know, it's always like that around this time of year. But I'm glad Triple H could have superstars off. I don't know how exactly they're doing it. Lady Alpha. I think, like I said, I think they're taping SmackDown tonight, and then I guess they'll tape SmackDown again next Monday. So yeah. I'm not quite sure how they're gonna do that. Trying to get Miami to. Never mind. I was trying to get him to come into the live. Um, they're not. They're not taping. They're not taping SmackDown or Raw. I thought they were. I thought they were gonna tape SmackDown. Two tape today. So they're taping. So they're taping next week's Raw, and I don't know how are they doing it. You'll have to tell me in the comments. I mean, I'm going to be doing a stream regardless if it's taped or not. But I know, like, let's see, the 22nd is next week, and then the 29th. So there'll be two more Raws before we have the anniversary Raw on Netflix on January 5th, and that card's starting to take shape after tonight as well. I'm definitely going to dive into that. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do. I think Lady Alpha, what they're doing is I think they're taping Raw. I mean, I think they're taping SmackDown. Um, Raw tonight. Yeah, Raw tonight was live. It was from Hershey. It was like an hour from me. I was about to say, if you guys ever been to Hershey, haven't been to, if you ever go to PA or Philly, yeah, they're taping SmackDown tonight. Correct, correct. So yeah, exactly what I was thinking. So after Raw goes off there, they're taping SmackDown tonight, and then I believe Raw will be live next Monday, and then maybe they'll tape the next SmackDown because that'll be getting close to Christmas and all that. Friday tape Raw and SmackDown for next week. Okay, so there's gonna be 3 shows from the same spot. Or Friday tapes Raw. Okay, okay. So Friday they're gonna tape Raw and SmackDown for next week. So what are they gonna do? Okay, so SmackDown's gonna be live this week. Then I don't know. I have no idea. It's confusing how they're gonna do it. Okay, so SmackDown's gonna be live this week. Okay, no, SmackDown's not gonna be live this week. Okay, we'll figure it out. I mean, they're still gonna do shows, obviously, I'm sure. So we'll figure it out. I'm sure they'll still advertise matches and stuff like that. But it's Raw tonight, taped, 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 taped today. Okay, okay, perfect, perfect. So SmackDown is gonna be taped after Raw tonight. So it's gonna they're coming live from the action-packed Giant Center in Hershey, Pennsylvania, which is about an hour and 15 minutes from me. If you've never been to Hershey Park, you definitely want to go there. It's just like Six Flags. It's like that place in Tampa, Florida. I can't remember what that place is called, but yeah, Hershey's a lot of fun. They got water slides. Um they got so many roller coasters there. So Hershey Park's a good place to go, especially in the summertime, for vacation. Take your kids. If you like roller coasters and stuff like that. So from the Giant Center in Hershey, Pennsylvania, the post WWE Saturday Night Main Event show. We're going to see the WWE Women's World Champion La Primera Stephanie Valcour defend her Raw Championship against the Judgment Day's Raquel Rodriguez. Plus, WWE World Heavyweight Champion, the best in the world, CM Punk makes his return. So yeah, it was a pretty good show. But let's get it going. So the show opens up with a video package looking back at this past weekend, Saturday night's main event special, which is centered around John Cena's final match. I did see John Cena's last post on Instagram where he said the end or something like that. So yeah, it's definitely sad. Shout out to John Cena. Last time is now. I gave him his little last salute. Hell of a career, buddy. Many of the big moments from the match are shown, including Cena tapping out before the focus is turned to the celebration of his career post-match. Final shot of the video package is Cena saluting his fans after a long journey and making his way to the back. So I was told today his wife actually, so Nikki Bella was not even there. I know there's all this speculation going on. But Nikki Bella was at the Flyers game, the Philadelphia Flyers game that night. So she wasn't there for John Cena retirement. But I believe his wife's name is Shay. And she was there, and she walked all the way to the curtain with him before he walked out. And then obviously she was waiting back there when he came back. So shout out to that. So We get Wade Barrett and Joe Tessitore. Welcome us to the show. And then we hear the career killer. I'm not calling him the ring general no more. I'm calling him the career killer because that is 100% the route they're taking with this. Gunther's music hits, and I saw some in some GC chats earlier. Oh, he's not going to be the one to face AJ Styles. Well, yeah, he is, buddy. This is the same people that said Gunther wasn't winning the tournament, and Gunther wasn't going to beat Cena, and Gunther. I mean, come on, man! Like this is what they're doing. Like this is the angle that they're playing, whether we like it or not. Like they're doing the career killer for Gunther. So just kill it. Like deal with it. Gunther's music hits. He stops at the ring step before heading to the announce desk. Gunther stands on, and I knew this was going to happen. He was going to have mega huge heel heat from beating John Cena. Like Gunther ain't got to win a title now, right? For a while. Like this man is going to have like Iron Sheik type heat right now. He stands on the desk as the crowd boos him, and he is being introduced by Alicia Taylor. Gunther then makes his way inside the ring with a microphone in his hand, and as the crowd continues to show their disdain for Gunther, he climbs the nearest turnbuckle, and the crowd starts chanting, "You suck," to Gunther. I mean, it was loud. The crowd then chants, "You tapped out," at Gunther before he starts to speak, which he did tap out to Jey Uso at WrestleMania, but that's not what they were talking about. I mean, it was what they're talking about, but so the crowd just before Gunther tried to start to speak, the crowd shut him down with just immense booing. Not iron. I'm not sure what you mean, Miami. No, I'm saying what they're doing is they're making oh, not Iron. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh hell. Oh yeah. He's that man. That man was followed to his tour bus. Like they wanted to kill that man. Or I'm not supposed to say that on YouTube, but they that man feared for himself. Like this man, Dom's heat don't have anything on. In Miami, why you just got here, but Lady Apple was telling me it looks like SmackDown's going to be taped after tonight, and then next week it's going to be a couple of taped shows as well. So we're going to have to really be on the lookout for. I mean, there's some matches already announced for Raw next week, but we're going to have to be on the lookout for that. So Gunther, before he starts to talk, the crowd's like booing the shit out of him. Gunther says he did what he did. He did what he said he would do, and that is he made John Cena give up, and the crowd just let him have it. Gunther, he was the happiest man in the universe. The crowd then continues to boo Gunther, and he says that when Cena gave up, he tapped out like a little bit. Excuse my language, a little bitch. Gunther then drops the microphone and he leaves the ring to soak in the hate from the crowd, only to return to. He comes running back into the ring, climbs the turnbuckle to mock the crowd some more. Gunther then leaves the ring again and heads up the ramp, only to make his way back to the back and return to the announce desk to taunt the fans yet again. Like I said, this man has got so much heat on him. It doesn't matter what storyline that he goes into next. He is going to be so hated. This man is going to be super, super hated. So Gunther grabs another microphone to remind the fans that he made John Cena tap out like a little bitch again, and that he will be forever known as the man who made John Cena give up. The crowd then boos some more, chanting, "You suck," as Gunther drops the mic again before making his way back up the ramp. We then follow Gunther to the gorilla position, which was cool. We got to see him go all the way through there and to the backstage area where Otis and Kira Tozawa stare at Gunther. Otis asks if he feels good, and Gunther says, "Absolutely, he does." And R-Truth then stares at Gunther. Truth says Gunther is a piece of trash. Gunther then walks away. Adam Pearce then asks if he is proud to beat John Cena and send him into retirement and walk over his legacy. Pearce then says that does not make you a ring general, it makes you an asshole. Yeah, it's a double. So they're taping SmackDown right now, but what are they going to do for next week? Because there's still another Raw and SmackDown next week before they do the Raw on January 5th and New Year's Eve NXT on the 6th. And so double tape today and a double tape Friday. Okay. So there's not going to be so there'll be a SmackDown this week, which will be the 18th. But there's not going to be a SmackDown on the 25th. So there won't be a SmackDown on the 25th, correct? Or is it, how are they doing it? Stars get 2 weeks off. I know they get 2 weeks off, but what I'm saying is, I know everything's taped. They're all taped, but is there going to be are we going to have SmackDown and Raw the next 2 weeks, whether they're taped or not? I know they're going to be taped. I know they get 2 weeks off for the holidays. It's just going to be hard to figure out the matches and stuff for it because all the shit taped. And it's going to be spoiled all over the freaking internet. Okay, so it is going to be on TV. All right, so Gunther leaves the building, and guess who walks up next to him? AJ Styles, who is going to be next. Truth and AJ will be the next two before Brock. As far as retirement, I don't think Brock retired until 43 in Saudi. I don't think he's passing up that money. I know they're saying SummerSlam in Minnesota. He may face Gunther there. But in SummerSlam in Minnesota, but I don't think he retires there. I think that Saudi money is going to be way too good for Brock Lesnar to turn down. Gunther asked AJ if he wants to tell him anything. The tape SmackDown this week and Friday Raw will be taped. Okay, so I'm confused. Okay. So today's the 15th. So the next week is Raw, Monday on the 22nd. That's going to be taped, but it's still going to be on Netflix, correct? And then SmackDown would be on the 27th of December. So there's still going to be live. They're still going to show the shows, though, whether they're taped or not, correct? I mean, they're still going to have Raw next week, and then SmackDown next week, and then Raw next week after that, and then SmackDown. And then we go to the first SmackDown in January. That's 3 hours, which is January the 2nd. I don't know. I'm going to have to look at the schedule. You guys got me super confused. I know it's all taped, but I don't know what day is Christmas on. Because obviously they're not going to put wrestling not going to be on Christmas night. So Gunther then asks AJ if he wants to tell him anything. AJ then lets him pass, and Gunther gets in his car. Gunther then drives away, and he rolls down the window and shows that AJ can't see him. So they're setting it up. They're already setting it up, throwing the crackers out there for Gunther and AJ, and people don't like it, but it's coming. Commentary then talks about what just happened. We didn't see the arrivals of some of the women involved in 2 big title matches for the night, as well as the arrivals of the Vision and returning CM Punk. We get a video package looking at the Usos being back in the tag division, setting their eyes on the New Day as they put the division on notice. So then we get the first match, would be the Usos making their way down to the ring. And they will be going up against the New Day. Follow X is messing up. That's not a shock. Fucking, we got 100 people in here right now. So we got the Usos, who is reported as of now is going to be winning the Raw Tag Team Championship from AJ Styles and Dragon Lee at some point. I feel like it's going to be the first Raw on Netflix on January. I think that's where they have the tag title match. I think that's where AJ and Dragon Lee dropped the titles to the Usos. They're back in the tag division. They're going to be able to. I think that's where they need to be right now. And they're going to be able to elevate. I mean, I love what AJ and Dragon Lee's done, but the Usos, I mean, they ran out of. Let me see. Yes, they show the show, but all be pre-taped up to January 5th. So even the 3-hour January 2nd SmackDown is going to be pre-taped. Well, that's just fucking lovely. Like, because it's the day after New Year's. I mean, that makes sense. The fuck's going on with X, man? Damn, man, all these tape shows, bro. So the match starts off with all four of them having some words before Jay Woods and go to the apron. Jimmy then hits a shoulder tackle and avoids a jumping back elbow, and Kofi avoids a super kick. Jay then tags in and he hits a hip into the corner. Oh man, yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna know, but well, maybe we can get the fucking the thumbs ready way early. And Lady Alpha was asking earlier about the video. I told her like this background was part of that video. Yeah, just said that. We think alike. I told her I don't know what's going on with the video because like I got one that's 30 seconds and I got one that's like 15. So like I think you guys are still working on it. Hopefully by the first of the year or something like that. Try to get a little bit longer. The one I have like 35. Jason's Kofi into a turnbuckle and hits an uppercut. Woods and tagged in, hits a leg drop on the apron. So Woods chokes Jay in the ropes, and then Grayson Waller punches Jay when the referee was not looking. So Jay then hits some punches on Woods. Kofi hits a splash in the corner. Kofi then hits a punch in the corner and goes for another splash and gets it. Kofi gets a near fall. Kofi website comes soon too. Yep. Okay, so you are already making the video. Cool. Yeah, we're also around the website, DWE website with everybody's stuff on there, which is gonna be super cool. Jimmy then hits a running hip into the corner. I gotta start. I'm gonna have to get with you guys. When I get some more subs, I need to start putting my shit on like Spotify, Twitch, and stuff like that. And trying to get like the audience like expanded out. Like I can't stream to like Instagram and TikTok and all that shit right now because fucking StreamYard wants to charge $100 for me to be able to stream to like 5 or 6 platforms. But when I was off for 8 weeks, I mean I was streaming to fucking like 7, 8, 9, 10 platforms at one time. And now like I'm limited to like 3 or 4 platforms, or 3, I think. But I mean, I'm not paying $100 for to be able to stream to like 7 or 8 platforms. Yeah, I saw you guys start up a Twitch. Yeah, that's the way to go. The putting that on the on Twitch and then doing like the podcast on the radio stuff, like that's the way to go. I'm still I don't know. I got like fucking 162 subs right now. One of your shorts you posted last night. Yeah, it's expensive, bro. It's like $95. Um, one of the man, StreamYard, fucking man. One of the shorts you posted of me from Saturday Night Main Event is almost at 2K views, which is crazy. CJ at 3K. 3K what? One of my shorts. Yeah, I checked, and I've had over 10,000 views in like the last like 28 days since I've been back. My watch hours are like going fucking through the roof. Especially with you going in and doing these shorts and stuff. So later on in the match, Grayson Waller sends Jimmy into a ring post. Woods then puts Jimmy in the trio. Whoa, Kofi, you have three shot. Yeah. Yeah, three shorts all for 1K. Yeah, that's crazy good. The most I've ever had just that Charlotte Flair one. It's just a Charlotte Flair through the years. And they got like 4.5K, but like it took a while. These shorts are getting like 500 to 1,000 views in like a day. No more what? No more shorts. I won't have no more shorts. Is that what you're talking about? Oh, yeah. I mean, them shorts are going crazy. My watch hours are going crazy. So yeah, the views are going like crazy right now. Yeah, fucking crazy. So Jay and Xavier exchange punches. Jay gains the advantage. So we get closer to the end of the match. Jimmy gets a hot tag in. Jay tags in again. They go up top for a stereo frog splash for near fall. Jimmy tags in. They set up for the 1D. Kofi then trips Jay and sends him into the ring post. Xavier then gets a roll up for near fall. Xavier then sends Jimmy to the floor, and Woods hits a slingshot DDT to the floor. Woods then hits a suicide dive on Jay, and Kofi hits a shadows over hell. Xavier then tags in and hit daylight, but Jay makes the save. So we get to the end of the match. Jay hits a spear on Xavier Woods on the floor. Jimmy then hits a spear after Kofi misses a Trouble in Paradise. And then they hit the 1D for the 1, 2, 3. And the Usos are back in the W column and are going to be coming up to those Raw Tag Team Championships very soon. And they got the win tonight over the New Day. The Usos are back. Main event, Jay Uso and Big Jim. Joe then mentions 2 matches for Raw's. So Miami, we were just talking about this. 2 matches for Raw's Netflix anniversary in Brooklyn on January 5th. Joe says CM Punk will face Braun Breaker for the World Heavyweight Championship. And now official Io Sky and Rhea Ripley will battle Asuka and Kairi Sane for the Women's Tag Team Championships. That will be the first Celebration Raw of the new year on Netflix. Now, next week on Raw, we will see Rhea Ripley go one-on-one with Asuka. So Io and Rhea are getting that first crack at those tag titles. We then head to the back where Asuka says that Io betrayed her and her family. Kairi then says she loved Io and Asuka loved her. Asuka then says all you had to do was apologize and acknowledge her as your senpai. She then says she would have taken Io back, but she chose Rhea. She then says now both of you will learn pain. She then says they will end Rhea and Io in Brooklyn. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We then see Byron Saxton in the interview area, and his guest is Dominic Mysterio. Byron asked Dominic about John Cena's retirement. Dominic says he feels fantastic that John will never wrestle in a ring. Dominic then says he is honored to be the last man to beat John for a title. That he is. So he put John over. John put him over for sure. John said he was going to be one of the futures of the company, though. Dominic then says it makes him feel so great. So many things. He said the most he's excited for is that Raquel Rodriguez is going to bring the gold back to the Judgment Day when she beats Stephanie Valcour tonight. Dominic then questions Byron's doubt about what he just said. Dominic then says they run Raw. Dominic then says Finn and JD love their goals, so they will be excited when Raquel wins. We then get a video package looking back at last week and Logan Paul's attack on Rey Mysterio, which was made slightly more complicated by the arrival of the Mystery Man from Survivor Series, who tonight is later revealed, as we all thought it was going to be, as Austin Theory, as he later cost LA Knight the match against Logan. We all see the Vision beat down on LA Knight. So now they're playing up this angle. LA Knight is really hurt bad. So it was a write-off of TV. I don't expect to see LA Knight before Royal Rumble at the earliest. He's written off TV for the rest of the year for sure. So we head to the back of Logan Paul tells Bronson Reed it was nice what he did to LA Knight. Brian Breaker then says LA Knight is gone, but CM Punk is here. He then says they should destroy him tonight. Logan says the Masked Man will probably show up. They're funny with that shit. Paul then says Ray, LA Knight, and his friend CM Punk are coming for them, so the Masked Man's help is welcome. Brian then tells Paul he is going to take out Punk tonight. Paul then reminds him that Brian is 21 days away from becoming the world champion. He then says, wait until then, beat Punk and become the world champion. Let me see what, just 1 second, Miami. Sorry about that. So Paul then reminds him that Brian is 21 days away from becoming the world champion. He then says, wait until then, beat Punk and become the world champion. Logan then said he wants Brian and him to lock in since he has Ray tonight. Just 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. All right, so Joe and Wade then mentioned that LA Knights, this is what I was talking about earlier. He suffered a cracked sternum and he is out indefinitely, which he's not out. He's out for a while, but he'll be back. After the attack by the Vision, Io Sky and Rhea Ripley make their way down to the ring. The Kabuki Warriors then show up and Asuka spits mist in Rhea's face while Kairi Sane hits a forearm off the ringside barrier on Io. They then send Io into the ring steps. Asuka then hits a sliding kick on Rhea against the apron. Asuka and Kairi then roll Rhea into the ring while Asuka holds off the referees. Kairi then hits an elbow drop off the turnbuckles onto Io, who tries her best to human shield herself on top of Rhea. Officials then help Io and Rhea from the ring. So the beatdown took place, and we're gonna see Asuka versus Rhea Ripley next week. So up next, we're going to get the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship match with Ivy now already in the ring. And she's going to be going up against the new Women's Intercontinental Champion, Maxine Dupree. So, yeah, this is going to be a good match. The match starts off with Ivy. Dupree hits a slap, and Ivy hits a double leg takedown. So Dupree then misses a splash and hits a kick, and she goes up top, but Ivy hits a forearm to stop her. Ivy then drops Dupree on the apron and kicks her to the floor. Ivy then hits a German suplex on the floor, then hits some double sledges to the back and a drop kick to the ribs for a near fall. Ivy then kicks Dupree. Ivy then stretches Dupree in the ropes and hits a kick. So later on in the match, Dupree gets back in control, hits some punches and a jawbreaker. Ivy then misses a round kick but hits a thrust kick, and Dupree goes to the apron. Ivy sets up for a suplex on the apron, but Dupree blocks it. Dupree misses a round kick and gets caught on the ring post. Both women then exchange slam attempts, and Ivy senses in a dragon sleeper. Dupree then counters with a head scissors driver. Both women then exchange forearms. Dupree hits a kick and some clotheslines. Dupree then hits a bicycle kick and a jumping knee. Dupree then hits a back side bomb and a splash into the corner. Dupree then hits a fisherman suplex for a near fall. Ivy then blocks a kick and she hits a power bomb for a near fall. Ivy then goes to the turnbuckles and she punches Dupree. Dupree then hits a sit-out powerbomb for a near fall. Ivy then stops Dupree on the turnbuckles, and Ivy cinches in a hanging, dragging sleeper. Ivy then hits a thrust kick. So we get closer down to the end of the match. Dupree then rolls through and returns to the ankle lock. Ivy then kicks Dupree into the turnbuckle, and Maxine Dupree hits a spinning back heel kick. Dupree then returns to the ankle lock, and she adds a grapevine to the leg. Ivy now has tapped out, and the winner is still your women's Intercontinental Champion, Maxine Dupree, with the ankle lock. She put the entire locker room on notice. She is really showing out with that Kurt Angle ankle lock. So then we take a look at the NXT stars from Saturday night's main event. We head to the back where Adam Pearce tells Javon Evans he's got his attention. El Grande Americano then shows up with his associates. He says he wants to know where his shot was at Saturday night's main event. Evans says he knows enough Spanish to know that he is talking down to him in NXT. Pearce then asks Evans if he is available next week, and if he wants to know who he wants a pizza of. Pearce then makes Evans versus Rayo official. So next week we'll see Javon Evans against Rayo next week on Raw. We then see Byron Saxton in the interview area with Otis and Tozawa. They're asking about watching Maxine defend the title, and Tozawa says it was amazing. Byron then asks Otis if he has something to say to Gunther. Otis says he has something to get off his chest. He then says John taught him a lot, and it reminds him of what his father taught him. He then says his father taught him to show respect to everyone equally. He said, Gunther, you showed no respect. Otis then says, after what you said last weekend, he is going to shut your mouth for you. Cesaro then rips his shirt off. So I guess we're going to have an Otis and Gunther squash match coming up. So then we get the best in the world, the Raw Men's Heavyweight Champion CM Punk's music hits. He makes his way down to the ring to a huge pop from the crowd, singing along to his theme. Punk starts off by saying he was forced to miss 2 episodes of Raw because smarter people said he wasn't cleared and couldn't fly. Punk then said he hated having to listen to Brian Breaker talk the last 2 weeks. Punk then calls Braun a cross-eyed Neanderthal Nepo baby and says he said Braun was mad that he tried to end your career at War Games. Punk then says you didn't sign up for board games, you signed up for war. Punk then says your team won and you had the audacity to stand in his ring and talk about how easy it was to beat him and pin his shoulders to the mat. Punk then says, you want 2011 CM Punk, but you can't even handle 2025 CM Punk with help from your friends. Punk then says, you got help from Brock Lesnar, Bronson Reed, Drew McIntyre, and your mystery mask man. Punk then says, congrats, Bronny, you beat him. He said, I understand that brains don't exactly run in your family. Punk then says that puts you in a line for a title shot. Punk says, you didn't do it alone, did you? Punk then says, he has been here before many times. He says, you can ask Paul how many times he took a guy and gassed up and it was too soon. Punk then says, if he had money for every time he had a gassed up prospect ready for WrestleMania, he would have a pocket full of dimes. Punk then says, if he mentioned his wife again, it's going to go from business to personal, and he will rip Brian's eyes out and piss on his brain. Yeah, you don't talk about somebody's wife. Punk then says he will challenge Brian to show up alone to face him one-on-one. Punk then says it isn't because you don't have the balls, it's because you don't have the heart. Punk then says you aren't able to carry this company. Punk then says bring everyone with you. Punk tells Brian to bring his dumb father and his dumber uncle. Punk then says you will need to have it all to have a snowball chance in hell to beat him on January 5th. Punk says when he wins and you wake up and you look around that Paul has left you to find that next big thing, and Bronson Reed is doing TikTok with that internet YouTube scammer. Punk then says your masked man won't even show up. Punk then says the only person you will have left is Dumb and Dumber. Punk then says all the Steiner math in the world won't matter because the GTS means 1, 2, 3, and still the champion of the world, the best in the world, CM Punk. Punk then drops the mic as his music hits and he points to the title. So the great promo tonight by CM Punk, firing back at Brian Breaker for last week. So we go to the back where the greatest luchador of all time and also the best Mysterio of all time, Dominic Mysterio, the Intercontinental Champion, with the lovely Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. Dominic says he hopes the Vision puts an end to his deadbeat dad. Liv then asks where is Finn. Dominic says Finn is with JD, who will be on the shelf for a while. Yeah, shouts out to JD. Looks like he has some surgery. He's going to be out for a little while. Liv then says they are ready for Raquel to win the title. Raquel then says she will be able to do it on her own. Liv then says after her and Roxanne win the tag titles, they can all celebrate. Roxanne then says she will take care of Bayley next week. So next week, one-on-one, we'll get Roxanne Perez against Bayley for about the 4th or 5th time. Stephanie McCoy then makes her way down to the ring for the next match of the night, and Raquel Rodriguez follows. The match starts off with both women locking up, and Bakura sends in a wrist lock, but Raquel sends her to the mat. Bakura then goes for a sunset flip, but Raquel picks Bakura up. Raquel then hits some punches, and she sends Bakura into the corner. Bakura then hits a forearm and sends Raquel up top, and it hits a crossbody, and Raquel catches her. Raquel hits a reverse suplex for a near fall. Raquel then hits an Irish whip, and she hits some elbows in the corner, and then yells at the referee. Raquel then hits a Irish whip, but she misses a splash. Bakura then hits a sleeper, but Raquel hits a snapmare, and she returns to the straightjacket choke and stretch. Bakura then escapes, and she avoids a kick, and then she hits a slap and some kicks. Bakura then hits a splash to the corner. She puts Raquel into the ropes and hits a headbutt and a dragon screw. Bakura then goes for a belly-to-back suplex, but Raquel hits some elbows and sends Bakura into the turnbuckles. Bakura moves on from a Vader bomb, and then Stephanie Bakura hits the very famous, that everybody loves, the Devil's Kiss. Then hits a running double knee strike into the corner. Raquel then hits a clothesline. Raquel sends Stephanie into the turnbuckles, and Bakura hits another crossed arm breaker in the ropes, but Raquel goes over the top rope into the floor. Raquel then catches Bakura, and Bakura sends Raquel into the ring post. So then out comes Nikki Bella, who was destroyed by Raquel last week, and Nikki is back for revenge. Nikki gets into the ring. She sends Bakura into the ring post, and the referee calls for the bell. Nikki Bella just took out Stephanie Bakura and Raquel. The winner of the match and still WWE Women's Champion due to disqualification, Stephanie Bakura. After the match, Nikki attacks Bakura on the floor and hits her with the Rack Attack 2.0 in the ring. So it looks like we could be headed for either a triple threat or another Nikki Stephanie match, maybe at January the 5th. We then head to the back where Adam Pearce is with Paul Heyman, and Adam wonders how Paul doesn't know who it is under the mask. Paul then says, "Is it Seth, Becky Lynch, Nick Aldis, and Bruno Sammartino?" Paul then says he doesn't know. He said doesn't mind it as long as they are on the same page. Paul then says it is convenient. Paul says he has to prepare Logan for his match. Adam then said he wants to know by the end of the night. Rhea comes in and says she wants Asuka. Adam then says if next week is okay, and Rhea says that is perfect. So next week, Rhea Ripley and Asuka on Raw. We then see Rey Mysterio walking in the back. CM Punk then stops him and tells Rey he will watch his back, and Rey is okay with that. Punk then tells Rey to punch Logan in the face. We see AJ Styles and Dragon Lee with Jackie Redmond. She asked them about their match between the Usos and the New Day. AJ says that was a major match, but he and Dragon Lee are the champions. He said they are ready to defend the titles. Lee then says they will then defend against anyone. So then we get a very strong promo from Nikki Bella. She cuts a promo and says she has something to say. She says she is not sorry for putting people beneath her way. She is a legend, and Stephanie Raquel should be shining her boots. It is then announced that next week Bayley faces Roxanne Perez. Javon Evans faces Rayo Americano, and Rhea Ripley faces Asuka. We then head to the back where Bayley tells Maxine Dupree that she is proud of her. Laura Valkyrie then shows up and she asks Bayley about Saturday. Bayley then says losing to someone with less experience got to her, and she thought about what Asuka said. Laura then says one loss doesn't remind her of the Bayley she grew up watching. She then said Asuka is right, that Bayley is an idiot. Bayley then yells at Laura and says she will beat Roxanne like Laura couldn't. She then calls Laura an idiot and leaves. Laura is happy with what she did for Bayley. So we get down to the singles match. Rey Mysterio is facing the Maverick Logan Paul. Not going to go over this entire match, but it was very long. Pretty good match. Anytime Logan does really good work. Rey ended up hitting a 619 to the back, which was impressive. Logan hits a suplex and he holds on for a second one. Rey blocks it. He has some forearms. Rey sends Logan back into the ring. So then Braun and Bronson Reed make their way down to the ring, but CM Punk hits both of them with chairs, and they go to the back. Rey then hits a crucifix bomb for a near fall. Rey then hits an uppercut, and he goes to the turnbuckle for a Rana, but Logan blocks it, and Logan hits the overbomb. Logan then asks for the brass knuckles, and Paul gives them to him. Logan then misses with the punch, and Rey drop kicks Logan in the knees. Rey then hits a 619, and Rey sees the brass knuckles and puts them on. So out comes this masked mysterious guy that's been showing up week after week, and it's a Survivor Series, and has not revealed himself. He hits a curb stomp on Rey Mysterio, and Logan then hits a frog splash for the 1, 2, 3. After the match, the masked man gets on the apron. CM Punk then makes his way to the ring with the chair. We then see that the masked man has finally revealed himself to be a bald-headed, shaved Austin Theory, which we all said, or me and Miami and other Greg and others said after Survivor Series, it had to be Theory. He made the most sense. He'd been rumored to join the Vision for a long time, so this is an excellent move. I can't wait to see what Austin. I'm glad Austin Theory is back. Braun then gets in the ring, and CM Punk turns around and gets speared out of his boots by Braun Breaker. Braun tells Punk this is business. He then says, "You talk about his family again, and you won't stand on 2 feet again." Theory then looks on from the crowd as the Vision stand tall, and the show comes to an end. So yeah, that was pretty much our show for tonight. So next week we're gonna taped, but we're gonna see Asuka going up against Rhea Ripley and Bayley going up against Roxanne Perez. And then 2 matches have been announced for the anniversary of Raw on January 5th. We will see CM Punk going up against Braun Breaker for the World Heavyweight Championship, and Rhea Ripley and Io Sky going one-on-one against the Kabuki Warriors for the tag titles. So shout out to everyone, 148 people that have watched the Raw recap tonight. We are 1 hour into the stream. That is it. I'm gonna give the show about 7.5, maybe an 8. Because they definitely showed Theory. I like that. Not great, but I don't know. Hopefully it gets better. Now that Cena's gone, they gotta start working now and telling stories. They can't depend on these retirement tours and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting to see after the holidays how they shape all this up. But I'm going to go ahead and go to my outro, and then I will tell you where you can find me on my socials and what I have coming up for the rest of the week.
CJP's your guide, let's start the show. Tag teams picking, factions shaking. He's got the scoop on moves they're faking. Belt on the line, dreams on display. The EVP show keeps the drama in play. Let's go, let's go. Where the heroes rise and the legends grow. CJP brings the shots, you know. The EVP show, it's out of control.
Let's go. So shout out to the 150 people that's tuned in live to the EVP Raw Recap Show tonight on my YouTube channel, my X, and also on Miami the Greats X. So yeah, a lot of stuff coming up in the new year. New intro video, hopefully. The next couple weeks are going to be a little slow. The last 3 weeks have been super busy for me. So I'm going to enjoy tomorrow is going to be a busy day. 2 streams tomorrow. And then I won't be back on the air until Friday. And then it'll be the same the next couple of weeks until we get into the new year and start, getting closer to the first Raw on Netflix and New Year's Evil. But yeah, so shout out to DWE, Gimmick Table Media. Shout out to Lady Alpha, Miami the Great, Wrestling Divas Podcast, Talk It Up Wrestling Podcast, Final Boss Baby, Director Reg, World of Greg, After the Slam Podcast, Michael from Kicking Out at 2, everybody associated with Gimmick Table Media. So you can find me on my socials on X at EVPCJP. Also on Instagram at EVPCJP as well. I'm very active now on TikTok promoting the streams. You can find me at Brady, BRADY, DA, GOAT, GOAT 21. At Brady, DeGoat 21. Not THE, DA. At Brady, DeGoat 21. You'll see me promote my streams and stuff like that coming up. And most importantly, you can find me on my YouTube channel at the EVP Show. So if you guys see a lot of people are watching from X, and some from YouTube, thank you guys so much, especially for the comments on YouTube. Make sure you guys, if you guys come check out the stream afterwards, you hit the like button on the stream and comment. I'll try to comment back if I see it. It puts my stream into the algorithm and it gets different eyes and ears everywhere. And look out for shorts, because each show there's usually 3 or 4 shorts that Miami distributes from each show, and I'm sure there will be tonight as well. So yeah, make sure to hit that like and subscribe to the EVP Show. And if you can't find it, then you go to the top of my X page. It is pinned at the top of my X page. Appreciate that, Lady Alpha, so much. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate you being here. Make sure you give the Wrestling Divas Podcast subscription on X. X and also on YouTube. Those ladies are great. I'm going to hopefully try to have her and Autumn on for a PLE prediction show sometime in January. So hoping to get that done for sure. But thank you, Lady Alpha, for tuning in. So what I have coming up next, Tomorrow I'll be back on the air at 6 p.m. Eastern as me and my co-host, the CEO himself, Miami the Great. We will be doing the NFL Week 15. This was the first week of fantasy football playoffs for a lot of people. It was for me. I had 2 buys, so I kind of got to chill this week. But yeah, so we're going to be covering the NFL Week 15 recap, and there was a lot of crazy games, a lot of shakeup in the NFL this week. And then I will be back tomorrow night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern as we inch closer to NXT New Year's Evil. Tomorrow night, Blake Monroe goes one-on-one with Thea Hell for the Women's NXT North American Championship. And we will see a fatal 4-way to determine the number 1 contender match. To see who faces Oba Femi at New Year's Evil, we'll see Leon Slater, Dion Lennox, Miles Bourne, and see Dion Lennox, Miles Bourne, Joe Hendry, those 4. That'll probably be the main event. So yeah, tune in to tomorrow night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, as we go over the NXT recap as we get closer to New Year's Evil. And then Friday, I will be back at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll only have 2 more SmackDowns left that will be happening at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. And then after that, on January 2nd, SmackDown will be going back to 3 hours. So then the EVP SmackDown recap will be moving to 11:30 p.m. Eastern on Friday nights. So Lord have mercy, I'm not looking forward to that. But it is what it is. I'm looking forward to New Year, new me. 2026 is going to be my year. I'm claiming it. But thank you, everybody that's tuning in tonight. Thank you to Miami, Lady Alpha, anybody from DWE. Much love for the retweets. I'm sure I got thousands of notifications on X. I'm also going to be in a championship tomorrow of some tournament that I got thrown in. It's all these different creators and stuff. So I will be sharing it. It's a championship. It's called Moot Mania or something like that. I get some sort of banner or something across the top of my X if I win. So I'm going to be going up against somebody with a pretty good bit of followers. So let's get the votes in. Let's have the EVP win that championship tomorrow. With that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern as me and Miami break down the week 15 NFL recap tomorrow. And I'll be back tomorrow night at 10:30 as we break down the NXT recap. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. And I am the EVP from the EVP show. And I'm also the golden boy of DWE. With that being said, I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit of... Good night, everyone.